right, this is it right here. He said the other one was not touchscreen. I don't see touchscreen on this one either. So there's no mouse to demonstrate. But they do have this right here. So whether that's wireless, yes, most likely it is. No compatibility on DVDs or anything, or CDs, nothing like that. All right, so I'm learning today, no touchscreen, but you have to do the mouse right here. No touchscreen, mouse here. This one, you can touchscreen. So you can fiddle with it and do stuff like that, but it will activate. Let's see if I can get through here. Yeah, that's a screenshot, which is cool. It's like really quick to do. You can just go like, if you have something here, like a receipt or something, boom, there's your screenshot. That's pretty easy. You can do it with one hand. This one, iPad Air, same thing. Screenshot right there. Whoops, maybe not. Try it again. Yep, same thing. This one right here is iPad, screenshot, which is an important aspect of what I do. This would be very handy. This one is Pro, I think. Let's see, it doesn't show up. All right, let's see. But you can check it if it's Pro. Yeah, it's just iPad. Yeah, it's a floating monitor. I was looking at it yesterday. I don't know how they really do it. Oh, there they go. Like that. That is very funky. So it comes up and it's mobile and it just fits. Oh, it's magnet. That's great. The side of it is actually magnet. Oh, wow. The whole thing is magnet. Okay, hang on. That is funky. I don't know how this stays right here. Other than that. So it's only, on these, it's just a piece of plastic. Same here, but here there's this thing, which it also floats. So we'll just do this right here. And then it goes right magnet. And it transfers data through these things right here. Just like that. And I guess it rests on this. Like that. So this is more mechanical as opposed to the other one. They're both pretty mechanical because of the magnet, but it's only a device, while this has storage and battery. You can have extra battery. You're going to be able to be more mobile on this thing, which is a Pro. I'm assuming it's going to be more of a mobile thing. Like, it'll last longer. You can plug in here and you can plug in here. And data can go through here. So the data transfers or goes into here. And then, boom, transfer data right here, which goes right here. So this is actually kind of a mini computer in itself. It's got ways of storage right here. And then boom. Oops. Boom, right there. You'll get data flowing through here, here, and there, which is cool because if you have damage to this, then you're done with. But if you have damage to this, you have more that goes through. Isn't that great? The one that, no, actually it was this one right here. That. What does this do?
So this is measure.
Measure? Okay. What does it do though?
So that it'll focus on a point. It'll actually measure.
Wow. Okay. It measures the length of that.
Okay. Yep, distance.
That is that's great. So how did you do that exactly? I'm just gonna figure it out. So you hold it up like this.
And then you can add points.
Then you what? Press the button or press this right here? and then you would go like way over here, and it shows the measurement.
It might be because this cable's in
Oh, it's just doing it now.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow. How do you know that if that's accurate?
The magic of iOS.
Oh, it does. Oh, that is amazing. So you can see it, but it's not there.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the purpose. Probably for like maybe interior decorating and things like that. If you're doing quick.
Yeah, a lot of businesses use those.
Oh, wow. If there was a mark right here, I could make a mark. I could make a mark on this to track it. And that would be what, 23 inches? Yeah, 23 inches right there. You can see what you're looking at here. It's on 13 millimeter. So 1, and that's 23. Oh, that is crazy. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at this. Okay, so it'll stay. Once the measurements are made, you can have copy on it. That's like interior decorating for sure. All right, so we tried it on the phone and it doesn't do the copy. So you can't copy it, but you can measure it on the phone. For example, that going through. I think that's correct. Yeah, that is correct. So that's 1'11". Now that we have it, I don't know for sure. How did we do that? How did we show the copy? You remember? It's there. Yeah, I see it. We'd have to have something like that would come up on the phone. Because it's showing what we did earlier. It's not showing.
Yeah, this gives you like there's a breakdown of how to use it on iPhone on our support.
Mm-hmm. Maybe this one again?
To start a new one?
No, just to see. That would be 22 inches. So it's showing it here and there. I guess it's showing 2 of them or just 1? It's showing 1. And then you copy. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. All right, so your phone, you have to do a screenshot. This will copy it into a file. So if you're doing measurement, like that's 22 inches, you'll go copy and you copy here into a file. With your phone, you just do a screenshot of it if you have your measurement on your phone. So what's really helpful in the iPod or the iPad Pro, is the zoom. It's going to be very helpful, especially if you're a filmmaker. Probably going to be able to use it. You're going to see more filmmakers with iPad Pro. The zoom is incredible. The guy told me the zoom is like crazy good. So I looked at it. I was able to zoom in very, very good, very clear. You'll be able to see that zoom that I made. So it is helpful also on the length thing or whatever it is. You can actually copy it and it goes into a file. Oh, that was cool too. On the phone, you used to do a screenshot, but it's cool because if you're an interior decorator or if you're in theater and you have to measure the furniture, you're just pressing a button and it's going right into a file. She was pretty helpful. I don't know her name. She was like, she knew exactly what I was looking for on what I was trying to describe. Anyway, we're heading off, sent up the shows. Apple's like crazy, crazy, crazy cool. I'm gonna be checking that out more often. And they're all the way from California. They're all the way from New Mexico. All right, we just got one at Central Market Beer and Wine. So we're gonna pick up your beer or wine and drop it off at your doorstep with the appropriate age, as in identification. All right, here we go. Mine's gonna be the Monte, Educated Guess, Josh Sellers, and the Flying Feet. No particular order. If you like wine, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then you wouldn't. If you're a wine connoisseur, you're like, oh yeah, Flying Feet. The Flying Feet, for the wine people, is actually a red. So, you know, if you know what a red is. For the English majors, the Flying Feet red is a blend. Okay, it's a red blend. That would be for the English majors that drink wine. Flying Feet red blend. And the Monto, or the Monte, and the Guess. Okay, also, it's an Educated Guess North Cab. Okay? Educated Guess North Cab. Oh, also, just to let you know, it's a Josh Sellers Cabernet. So we've got the Monte, the Educated Guess North Cab, the red one is the Flying Feet. It's a red blend. And then I guess the other wine that we'll be picking up, and I don't think they're gonna have all of it. We have to do substitutes probably. Josh Sellers Cabernet. There's all 4 of them. There it is, the man with the hat. We're in Chapel Hill Square. All right, our first stop is Central Market to pick up the Educated Guess, the North Cab. Yeah, for a Educated Guess North Cab and a red blend.
Red blend?
Well, the red blend, okay, let me think. There's an Educated Guess, which is going to be North Cab.
I got that.
There's also a red blend. I'll have to see a red blend. And then also, I'm looking for a Monte, if you have Monte.
Do we have the Educated Guess red blend? Or just the cab?
Just the cab, yeah.
Just the cab?
Yeah.
Okay, can I start with that?
Yeah.
And can you give me like a basket or something?
Yeah, do you want a handheld one?
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's an Educated Guess. It's North. It's a North Cab. Looking for 2 Monte Rosso. There's 2 of them. I believe it's called Antico. All right, now we got to find a Josh Sellers, 2 of them. Still not really getting any assistance, really. We'll try it though. She did get right on the North Cab because I only needed 1. I got copyright. Monte Antico Rosso. It's gonna be 2 of them though. If you find anything like that.
So to be real with you, I don't work back in this department.
Could you find somebody?
No clue. Yeah, JD over here, he's just helping a customer right now.
Gotcha.
Trying to find Glenn.
All right, we'll find somebody.
Yeah, I would help you if I could.
All right. All right, it's gonna be a Flying Feet red blend too. We're gonna have 2 of those. So she helped me with 1 item and then just vanished. But she found it very quickly. So there's an expert here that we're gonna use to find these things. Look at this right here. Should be 2 of them. Montes Ricos. Or Monte Rosso Rico. Monte Antico Rosso. Flying Feet red blend. 2 of them. Still on just 1. I've got like, we got 2 of them. All right, cool. Flying Feet red blend.
I can go check with Glenn, but
Yes.
those 2 empty spots are usually where we
Perfect. All right. Okay, Josh Sellers is next. And I believe it's just 2 of those. Okay, the Josh Sellers is a Cabernet. Cabernet Josh Sellers. I don't know if they have it really. Joshes are sometimes easy to find. Yeah, there's a Goss. But I don't see a Josh. I don't see a Josh anywhere. Maybe it vanished. Yeah, Josh Sellers Cab. Looks like we might be in business on that one. Josh Sellers Cab. Yeah, Cabernet Sauvignon.
I got 1
Yeah,
bottle way
right
in the
there.
back.
That's it right there, though.
That's not the normal Josh Sellers cap.
What is it?
This one is a Lodi Reserve, so this is a different vineyard. The normal one is down here.
All right, so Josh Sellers Cabernet Sauvignon, and that's the blue one. What's the major difference? Just where the vineyard is?
Yeah, one's going to be a Lodi.
Okay,
one's
but they're
gonna-
still Josh Cabernet.
Yes. They're just gonna
Okay,
taste
and they're
it.
Sauvignon. Okay. All right, 1 more, or actually 2 more, will be in business. But I don't know how we're going to replace it. I'm going to have to get an expert. All right, the Monte Antico Rosso. We don't have it, so we have to do a substitute. I don't even know what it is.
Monte Antico is...
Monte Antico?
Yeah,
Rosso?
Monte Antico. It's a blend
Monte
from
Antico.
Tuscany. It's Cabernet, Sangiovese, and Merlot.
Okay,
And
you're the guy that I'm looking for. How would I substitute that? Or even would it be in that same area? Because she showed me the area.
Yeah, because they pulled the tag and everything.
Is it gonna say Monte Atico Rosso?
Yeah, it's empty.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Right.
So, well, we could scan it and see if there's any back.
There's no tag to scan.
Oh, there's no tag.
I'm just going to that area and saying, okay, Monte Atico Rosso. How do you say it?
I say Monte Antico. Some people say Monte Antico.
Monte Antico. Okay,
Yeah.
Monte Antico sounds better. Monte Antico Rosso. How would I even sub it?
Let's take a look.
Yeah, because I'm completely confused.
Well,
Monte Atico. How do you say it again? Monte Atico Rosso.
Monte Antico.
Monte Atico Rosso. Okay.
One more over.
Yeah. It actually, she showed me it over here.
Yeah. So let's over here.
Oh, I'm so sorry, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
So Monte Antico
Okay,
usually
yeah.
lives like right here.
What about if I went with this Toscana Rosso? Would I be in the same ballpark?
You would be in a similar ballpark.
And
yeah.
this guy right over here, which is this Caparzo,
Caparzo. So now this is 100% Sangiovese,
which is the same price.
Great.
Go ahead and grab that for me.
Okay.
And then I'm going to mix it on these two. This is basically
How many did they want?
Toscana. I think they want two. So two of almost everything that they're getting. Can I grab that from you?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm just going to guess on this, on the Toscana. You're saying Toscana
Toscana Rosso.
Rosso?
So this is more similar in the sense that Monte Antico is a Tuscan blend.
Gotcha.
This is just a really great Tuscan Sangiovese.
Gotcha.
And somebody who likes Monte Antico would probably appreciate that.
I'm going to go for it. Thank you. All right, we're in business. We're going with 2, 4, 6, and 7. 7 items. Thank you. Have one. All right. I'm going to stand it up like this and just shoot them down right here. Each one right here. All right, perfect. Thank you so much. You're the best. And then we're just gonna roll it right here and get a price check. Should have 7 total. There's this one over here. See why this one's being bad. Die! There we go. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7 total. 103.65. I'm gonna make sure it goes through. Because if there's an issue on it, I got all 7 right here. And all right. Well, I'm actually gonna hang on to this one. All right, that's 7 items. I think it was 103 or something like that. And this will have age restriction on it for sure. So they usually always have age restriction, but this one 100% sure. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and scan this one in. No major problems yet, but we have to still scan it in to the Runner app. Always use the trunk when you're dealing with wine. You want to use the trunk, especially if you're in rideshare. I'm gonna get the green thing for that. And this one I'll tie, or I'll do something with it to show what I'm doing. Some mean, security guard? You can't do that. Well, I do it for shopping purposes. I'm sorry. All right, there's people that do this every day. I'm gonna loosely put this around that, about like that. So it'll look about like this. All right, I scanned everything in, and we're dealing with these 7 items of wine. The first item, second item, third item was the Educated Guest North Cab. There was the Josh Vinters, that's going to be the Cellars, the Cabernet. And then we've got, these are the replacements. It's going to be the Alberto Conti Toscana, and then something very similar to that. And then there's a Josh Cellars. Okay. And then the Flying Feet Red Blend. And of course, the Camparso Sangiovese, whatever. He recommended that one to me. There's the total pricing, and we did save $10.40. And we're going to see how far we have to go. I understand certain places having problems with people videoing, but with all this stuff going on with people with memory and people with sight and people with hearing, they're going to have to leave them alone, because people can take advantage of doing this type of work, and it can help them in society. That's the man with the hat right there. The guy that created, or the person, is Mia, and she did it in 2000, February 17th of 2000 is when she constructed those statues. February 17th, 2000. Mia is her name. I want to say it has like an Angelo or something similar, like Mia Angelou, but I don't think that's the exact way you say it. It's scribbled in cursive, so I have to go back and look at the vlog. You can't really get a clear, it's not printed, so I don't know if it's exactly the pronunciation of the artist, but it was done in February 17th of 2000, and the word Mia is on it. I just can't read the full name on it because of the cursive, but I can go and study it, and I can look at it. We can figure it out together probably. All right, 3.7 miles to drop off your Central Market wine. This is a $100 order, so you gotta have ID. We'll be there in 7 minutes. That's gonna be 5:38 on the estimated time of arrival, or they call the ETA. All right, here we go. I'm not always going to do a playbill like I used to be doing. Those were kind of like analog playbills. I don't know if we really want to call it that. There were playbills that were showing each type of show to see, so people can kind of see what it's about. I'm not going to do that all the time. I'm going to give Zuckerberg a break. It's a pretty big post, sometimes up to 80 photos going on my Facebook. It's basically like a playbill. You know, a long time ago when they made movies, they had these little books that you could buy. They were like, I don't know what you would call it, like an annual almost, a small little annual that would show the movie, and then you could read through and see the actors. Like when Jaws did it, Close Encounters did it. So when you go to Close Encounters, when it opened a long time ago, this is like almost before the 80s, practically like early 80s, you could go there to the movie theater. They'd hand you this little annual. It was color. It was almost like laser printed copy. It was color copy, but it was a thick annual, like glossy, and you could open the annual and see the photos of the actors. You could see an article about a shark, you know, for Jaws, or you know, if it was Jaws that you were seeing, or if it was Close Encounters, you could see this thing about like aliens and stuff, and you could read about it. They did the same thing with Star Wars too. There are little annuals they would hand out before you would see the movie. Most of the times you had to pay for them. So they'd be like where the popcorn is, you know, the concession stand, and that was cool. You know, you could do that. That's kind of what I'm trying to present on Facebook. You can go look at this right here. That's off of Cherry Lane. I have a photograph of that on black and white 35mm. I did it in high school. Still photo. Anyway, let me go back. So that is basically, you know, what it is. If you go to my Facebook, and you'll see these well, they're not annuals, they're playbills. So they show the photos, and then they show the show, which would be the same title that it would be on Facebook. The only thing I don't do is I don't leave a link. So you have to go to my channel and find that. But I do leave a number. So I'll leave like a p.s.s 1645, and then I'll leave like 20 or 80 photos. I can only do 80 photos at a time. So I can only lay down 80 photos in one post on Facebook. That's the most you can post at one post is 80. So they would be with the title of the show. It'd say p.s.s 1645 or 1646 or 1647 or whatever it may be. And it would show the title of the show. And then you would see the entire show in photographs. I might go back tonight and redo it. Today I just put YouTube, Cole Spivey, and then the photos for today. So I can do a photo log where you can see, oh, okay, this is what he's doing today. Which is like, I don't know, it was maybe like 4 or 5 photos. I may have to do that. It's what time allots, right? And if I miss a day on Facebook, I apologize. Because mostly it's going to be still photos going up on Facebook. Facebook, I don't know if they can handle a 7... I mean, I'd have to sit down with Mark Zuckerberg and go, look, this is what it is. And Mark would be like, oh, okay. Because it's daily. It's 7 to 9 shows daily. It can be up to 187 to 200 minutes or even more. Now, I'm going to slow down to eventually get to 30 minutes a day. It'll be a 30-minute show a day. Probably no more, no less. It's still in development. So what you're watching is a show that's in development. Now we're going to parallel park. Well, all shows are always in development to a certain degree. Yeah, eat some of those nuts and drink more of that beer. Drink some of your nuts and your beer. They're from North Carolina right here. That's only if you're having liquid peanut butter. JCV 907, yeah, North Carolina. They're all the way from North Carolina. Those plates, if they're moving here, those plates don't last that long. We're not gonna be here that long, so we'll say that's good enough. The other guy over there, I think he's reparking right there. So I'm trying to show parallel parking. La 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 la. You know, parallel parking is a cruel device from the enemy to a certain degree, especially if you're in Washington D.C. Can you imagine me as president parallel parking over by Congress? What about you only heard my voice? Would that be good enough for presidency? Or do you want to see my face? Hello, I'm your next president of the United States of America. I have the legal right to do so. Trump used to, and he's going to try. And so is Biden. They're too old. They're going to have to step down eventually, one of these days. We're not going to have another FDR. It's going to be 4 years and 4 years, and that's it. With me, I'm okay with 4 years. If I get the other 4 years, fine with that. Afterwards, documentarian. Afterwards, making documentaries. And you won't be able to stop me from doing that. And I'll release them on Netflix if it's still around. La 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 la. 871. If things work out and we go to court, an angel comes in with my 3 kids, or at least herself, because they have to interview the kids. I'm assuming they're going to have to do it with a priest and a nun, or at least a nun, because when I was interviewed, there was a nun involved. And when my dad was divorced from my mom, a nun came in with the judge to see if we were lying and see who we'd want to be with. So if this stuff goes on, you know how ridiculous it's going to be? If I'm in the courtroom, an angel comes in, and I guess the kids would be there. I mean, is she going to have her love interest or whoever it is with her? You know, like, this is who I'm with. Do you know how ridiculous that's going to be? It's going to be the act of adultery before the courts. Everything that I'm against. But yet the courts support it. They have to have it because they make money off of it. How ridiculous that's going to be. Now, sometimes they'll settle out of court so they can't bring those people in with big smiles on their faces. I haven't even met these people that have betrayed me. How in the world am I going to accept that in the courtroom? And then what do I say to my children? Oh, hey, David. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Gwendolyn. Sorry that I made some video vlogs on YouTube. Sorry I did that, you know. What if I sold jewelry? Wouldn't that be bad? That's a sin to do that too. It's a sin to be vain. It's a sin to sell alcohol, right? Because people have a liquor store. But I go, I'm sorry, David. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I'm sorry, Gwendolyn, that I delivered wine. What am I supposed to tell them? Please forgive me. I'm sorry. I made a YouTube show. God told me to do it. You know, I'm sorry about that. I felt it was God's calling in me. I hope you forgive me. You don't have to be on the show. But if you do, we might can go to Walt Disney World and celebrate the victory, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? What's wrong? I mean, it's forced. It's like forced in your face. Here's your ex-wife in the courtroom. There's the 3 children. Here's her love interest. You know, I don't have to be forced to see that as a Christian. It's up to God. It's up to God. If you're going to force me to see that, you have to put yourself in that kind of situation. And God may not want to put me in that kind of situation. I got to find these people and drop off their wine. They've got 7 bottles of wine. Trunk open. They gave me some kind of code, but I don't see what they're. Maybe this is, you know. Okay, 2nd floor or 5th?
Right here. Right here.
Okay. They don't bite, do they?
Yeah.
Yep, enjoy the wine. Appreciate it. The one thing is we had to do a replacement because they're out of the Monty.
That's fine.
All right, thank you. All right, so it's not too mad that they're out of the Monte. Monte Rosso. Montantico Rosso. I've seen this guy before a few times. It's like a weird Texas flag. Yep. I don't know what the other one was though. It was like a blue flag or something. Yeah, a lot of them have flags now. So there'll be like a wheelchair or scooter, and it'll be a flag. You can fly a flag from any type of vehicle, or even a boat. We're on 5th, right there.